going on, YouTube?
Welcome to Will and Dom.
I am Will.
And I'm Dom. Welcome to our channel, guys.
So welcome. So, me and Dominique, we were cheaters at once, and we wanted to talk about our past situations when we used to cheat and what changed. What made us be like, that's not the way to go,
And just FYI, we never cheated in our marriage. This is prior to married life, okay? So guys, I'm going to come to you from a woman's perspective. What caused me to cheat? Well, I was in relationships where I got cheated on. So when somebody cheated on me, I felt as though, okay, I'm not ready to leave you yet. I don't know why I wasn't ready, but I wasn't ready to leave, so I cheated on them or had like a side piece where if they mess up, I'll go communicate with that other person on the side just to fill the void of in my relationship and what that other person wasn't giving to me. So I had something on the side that would kind of like ease the cushion of pain that I was feeling. But what happened was, the pain never went away. It just kept building and building and building. And now I have this person involved and this person involved. And it just became like such a mess. So, I started to cheat to fill the void, but end up creating like a huge mountain in my life that I did not know how to climb. So that was me. That's why I cheated. And, the repercussion of that was I just lost so much of myself trying to fix the situation by cheating. And as crazy as that sounds, like I just thought that if I do this, maybe I won't feel this pain in this area, and it didn't help. So I just feel like women, we kind of like cheat because we're not feeling what we need emotionally, physically, time wise, quality time, stuff like that. And I definitely wasn't feeling that void. So I'm not like a natural born cheater, but I cheated when I didn't get what I was looking for out of the relationship because that person was hurting me.
Yeah, like it's true. Women treat more of an emotional way versus men. We're more of like a fleshly. So like we'll look at a girl who, whatever, we're pleased with her body or she's cool, and we just sit there and we search for these different partners because the word glorifies that. The more women that you have, it's like you're the man. You got all these women coming to you trying to talk to you. You got all these numbers on your phone, and it's like well, if my girlfriend at the time is acting up, I can go be with one of them. And it goes to show, like even in the movies, you think that you're being taught without you even knowing these movies, the thing that you were watching when you were young, it all plays a part. And also another big thing is pornography. A lot of us grow up watching pornography, so it teaches you variety, not just to be do it the God's way or just being with one and being married, but it teaches us to have multiple women. Also, it's in our nature as far as men, as that we just want to have multiple partners instead of just having one. So, all these things combined that I was going through, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to continue to cheat. I'm going to continue to do the things that I want, not knowing that it's very destructive to live a lifestyle like that because, my mind wasn't transformed at this point. I was still conformed to the ways of the world to think it's a good thing to have, other girls on the side, and stuff like that, but not realizing that all the STDs that are out there, unwanted pregnancies, you deal with somebody who you're breaking their heart, you're hurting them, and then, people who, some girls won't tolerate you just leaving them, and they'll come and do heinous acts to you to try to seek revenge. And like all these things that you're doing, not knowing that you have a price to pay for that.
And I feel like my transformation point is when I got to know God. I got to know like, okay, like you sitting here trying to fix it with cheating with other people and letting people in, but what about letting God in? Like when I started to let God in, I started to realize my self-worth, and I started to be like, wait a minute, if this guy gonna cheat on me, he gotta go. Like, I'm not about to just be subjecting myself to all this nonsense when I can just move on. There is plenty of men in this world, and I had to have that mindset, like, why am I settling to get hurt, and why am I hurting somebody else just because I'm hurt. So it's like goes both ways. Like, not only was I being hurt, but I was hurting somebody else to get revenge. And for what? At the end of the day, you are giving yourself for free to both things. So it's like, I feel as though like my transformation point came from knowing how important I was to God, knowing who He created me to be, and knowing that my body is my temple, and in order for someone to deserve this temple, they have to go through God to get to me. And that's how I met my husband. So I had to have that transformation point. Like, I'm more important than what I've been through, and I'm more important than what I actually see myself as. I had to start seeing myself like God see me. And once I started seeing myself like God see me, I was able to transform and renew my mind to know that, okay, you're a daughter of Christ, and God doesn't want you to treat yourself this way, because it's actually self-sabotage. Like, you are unconsciously beating yourself up by letting this person do this to you, and then you going back for revenge and doing it to that person. It's just a dangerous situation for your spiritual life, and physically and emotionally.
So my transformation just came when, I just became closer to Christ. Like, once I got closer to Christ, He just renewed my mind to wash away the thinking of the world, to actually think in a way of the Spirit, that way that pleases Him. And I just seen like, this life, it gotta be more than just sitting out here chasing after women, and it comes old real quick. And then God started doing this thing with me where, they say the beginning of wisdom is when you start fearing God. So I started fearing God on another level. It's like when I was thinking like, you know what? Even if you erase those text messages, even if you do things behind your wife's back and thinking you got away with it, because the thing about a man, they think that because my wife or girlfriend doesn't see it, I got away with it. But God sees everything. And I fear Him above everything. There's nothing that we can delete from the presence of the Lord. So it's like, once I started putting that into my spirit, like, well, there's nothing you can do behind God's back. And also having the love that I have for my wife, because I have like a divine love and connection to my wife that I don't want to lose that. You know what I'm saying? So all that stuff, to me, it's not worth it. The fear of the Lord, the renewing of my mind, not being conformed, because now I look at it like, that's sick. Like, why do you want to sit here and jeopardize, your relationship with your wife, defy your marriage to go have sex with another woman and have a possibility to bring an STD back to your wife? You have, you may have younger ones who are looking up to you. Like, how are you being an example in this world by following the ways of this world? So it's like, if I'm going to be an example, I have to sanctify myself and set myself apart from these ways to be an example. If I can minister to young men, and I just believe that's how God started renewing my mind, little by little by little. The things that I used to love to watch and enjoy, pornography, all this. I'm like, that's not right. That's God's daughter that you're doing that. So, you're saying cheating, you're doing that, like, you're just breaking up, you're just creating emotional distress within individuals, for your own fleshly ways. And it's like, that's not right. Yeah. So transformation occurred when I started becoming closer to Christ.
Yeah, and a lot of the cheating situation has to do with flesh. You have to kill your flesh in order for your spirit to shine through these situations, because we are very tempted, even as individuals. Like, we don't let ourselves get in the space where the temptation can overtake us, but we are always going to be tempted. The devil's always going to tempt you. So don't think that when you get into this spiritual life that you're not going to be confronted by men and women who are going to try to seduce you into being with them and breaking everything you have for them. Like, yes, you're definitely going to be in situations where you're tempted, because the devil's not going to let up. But you have to be spiritually strong to say, flesh, you're going to die today. I am not going to let you take over and ruin my life, because that's what the flesh does. The flesh is still connected to the world, but you have to consistently kill the flesh in order to rise above, because your spirit is always going to be there coaching you on, like, what did God say? Who's more important, God or you? You are living for God. You are His vessel. You are His business card. You have to start thinking like that and just tell your flesh, like, chill today, yo. I'm not going to let you win. You're not going to get the best of me, because I know what comes after when I give you the power to choose my decision for me is destruction. So you got to start thinking like that.
Yes, the quickest way to kill the flesh is through the word of God. Because it annihilates it. It'll show you, like, listen, don't live that way. Because the road to a sin is death.
Yeah.
You know, God is trying to purposely show us that don't please the flesh, but please the spirit. Follow him, be obedient to him. And you know, we gotta just keep walking in the likeness of Christ and just being obedient to him. Like you know, transformation occurs when we just surrender our former life. Mm-hmm. We say no, we say it and we actually walk in that likeness. Like, I'm tired of doing that. Yeah. You know, there's so many times when you wake up from cheating or whatever like that, and you at the edge of the bed like, what did I do? Right. Was that all really worth it? Mm-hmm. You know, and I'm telling you, it's never going to be worth it. It's never going to be worth it.
And so, you're going to feel that conviction like never before. Mm-hmm. Like, save or not, you're gonna feel the conviction.
And I feel like God gives us that conviction as always a reminder, you know, because I felt that conviction numerous amount of times. Like, what am I doing? Why am I putting myself in this predicament? And it's like, I don't want to live like that no more, you know.
So guys, make the decision to choose your spirit over the flesh. Yes. Don't get conformed into this world, and be an example to this world. Yes. You can do it and change lives just by living a godly one.
Yeah, that's true. So we love you guys.
We love you. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and
like, comment, you know, send us email, any questions, anything you would like. You know, we love you guys, and peace.
Peace.